Hello, hello. Welcome to Dancing with Life, a podcast for joy. My name is Jessica Avidable, and I am joined by the illustrious Joanne Morton. Woo! We got East Coast power in the house. I am in Massachusetts, and Joanne is down in Savannah, Georgia. But we are both experiencing dark, rainy days today. So we are going to bring the sunshine to you today. Good morning, Joanne.
Good morning, Jessica. It's so good to finally be here with you. We've talked about this for a little bit and we're finally doing it. So persistence, man, right? Persistence.
That's right. It's awesome. So tell us, what do you do, Joanne? Who are you?
What do I do? Well, besides talking to you, I am an artist. I'm also a performer and an activist. And I create work and experiences that help people go from feeling stressed and overwhelmed and hopeless, excuse me, to feeling relaxed and grateful and optimistic. Because there's a lot of crazy, weird stuff going on right now. However, we know that when we tap into what I like to call magic, passion, love, we can feel better. We can feel good. And that's really all my wish for everybody is just to feel good. Feel good being you 24/7. So no matter what's happening in your life, that you can feel good about how you're reacting to it, how you're experiencing it, how you're celebrating it, whatever that is that you're feeling good. Because when we have the hard stuff, we still have to find that feeling good piece in ourselves so that we can move through the hard stuff a little more gracefully and also support the others that are experiencing it as well. And that is why, like where I say, I call it magic, passion, love, but let's just say this, magic, passion, love, and joy, because it's a joy, and that's why I really appreciate knowing people like yourself, Jessica, who see the value in joy, because that's what it's about, finding that joy of being me. I like to say, allow your magic, feel your passion, live your love, because the world needs your wow. So thank you, Jessica, for sharing your magic, passion, love with joy, because the world needs Jessica's wow.
Oh, thank you. Yes, indeed. Double wow right here on this call. So,
yeah,
it's kind of a general statement of like how, what you believe. And so how do you work? Do you coach people or do you do workshops? Like what is your passion?
What's my thing? So, well, my thing, is a little bit of everything, because like so many entrepreneurs, I'm an entrepreneur. We do so many different things. And I am currently working on a 20-year project. I started in 2010. It's going to end in 2030. And it's a large scale hanging mobile. So I'm sure you're aware what a vision board is. So what's a vision board? Tell your listeners. Do you want to share listeners what the vision board is?
So I've done vision boards where we take, a poster board or a trifold board and we cut pictures out of magazines. And we, sometimes we put quotes we love or people we want to collaborate with or dream homes we want to own or vacations we want to take. And so it's this kind of a bucket list for a year or 5 years or 10 years. I've done them that way. So,
right. So take that vision board and let's turn it into a hanging mobile. And I call it a manifesting mobile because we're manifesting. And I like that. What's that? Delatandra, that, So I started doing this in 2010, and I have do-it-yourself kits that are available on my website, which I'll tell you about later. But I've been working on this community project since 2010, where I've invited the public to come and share their vision, their dreams, their intentions for themselves and the world, for a couple of reasons. One, I love community engagement art. I love encouraging other people to be creative. Two, I believe in the law of attraction. And I also understand the law of attraction, thoughts plus feelings plus action equal outcome individually and collectively. So this community engagement art project is a project where we can see what everyone else is wanting to create and manifest. And then we know that if we want to create this individually, what action do we have to take? And collectively, what action do we have to take? So, and then the third reason that I'm really super excited to be moving into a new direction of this project. And when you do a 20-year art project, it's going to change. When you do a 20-year business, it's going to change. When you do a 20-year marriage, it's going to change. So you've got to be open to the changes as we go along with joy. How many times can we say joy in the rest? Well, that'll be our little challenge. How many times can we say joy? So if you're listening, count them. Anyway, so what am I saying? So I also, my many skills and talents include event organizing and coordinating. And here in Savannah, Georgia, since 2015, I've been the festival director for the Earth Day Festival here, the Savannah Earth Day Festival. And this past year, because of many reasons, pandemic one, there was no large scale festival. So we ended up making it a little smaller. And actually, we just had a calendar of events, and any organization, nonprofit could host an event, a small event. And I brought out the manifesting mobile. I had taken, had some time. Last year was kind of a growing pains for all of us. And I was like, what am I going to do? How can I change? How can I make this mobile grow with me as I'm growing in myself and et cetera? And that's when you listen to your inner guidance, your God, your spirit, your angels, whatever you want to do. It's like, okay, what is it that I really, what should I be doing with this mobile, or should I just get rid of it? And with the weather changing and the fires, and I'm an environmentalist as well. I'm an activist, and I wanted to bring the need of collective action to the climate change. I don't like using the word CRISSS because it's, it's an obstacle, it's a challenge, the climate challenge. And because when you talk to people, who doesn't matter who they vote for, who they sleep with, what culture they're from, what sex they are, whatever anything, everybody wants clean air, good food, happy oceans, happy fish, animals not becoming extinct. We have so much love for this planet, and that is how we're going to save this planet, by loving this planet. And so the manifesting mobile is now being called the Make Earth Day Every Day Manifesting Mobile. And we're starting here in Savannah, and I have this amazing partner. Her name is Veronique Marshall. Hey, Veronique. And we actually met many, many years ago in New York City when we both lived there. And we were both working on this project back then. She has a project called And Action. And Action is a agency that I should have memorized this a little bit better. Oops, sorry. But her passion is disseminating information. And so when there is an issue, a question, something, she does the research, and she creates what she calls action kits. She has not workshops, but she has action shops. And so she's done work on, I do have this. She's done classes on Sudan, women's rights. We even went to Paris together and did a whole humanitarian UN project together with action shops to talk about the, human injustices going on. So when we met, so many years ago, we were like, oh, wow, this is so good. I'm all about taking action, and you're doing action. And because her project's called And Action. But then, life happens. I move away. She moves away. We lose touch. And then the pandemic happens. And you call old friends like, hey, I haven't talked to you in a really long time. So we got connected last fall, and she's come on board with a partner as mine. And so together we're combining my manifesting mobile and her action shops, because my manifesting mobile was about the creative, because there's so many adults who have forgotten how to pick up a piece of paper and just color. We don't have enough time for me to tell you all the different people that all these different adults that I've talked to when they're making the circles, because the manifesting mobile is made up of circles, recycled cardboard that people decorate. And so many times people also say, oh, this is great for children. I'm like, it is, but I don't teach children. This is for adults. When was the last time you sat down and had a moment to actually write down what you wanted to create? And I will tell one story. So I was just getting ready to travel. In 2012, I did a 6-month journey around the country in my minivan, all by myself. And I was 46 years old. It was amazing. And I wasn't suffering from a loss of a relationship or devastating bankruptcy or fired from a corporate job. I was just, spirit told me to take a drive and share positive energy. And I was like, all right, I will. Um, I was in Savannah, and I was in a tent with, I was at Martin Luther King Day. We were out, celebrating Martin Luther King, and Occupy Savannah was there. And so this stereotypical middle-aged white man, heterosexual, most likely, middle management looking type of guy, not quite CEO, but maybe, senior, junior vice president-ish, whatever, stops by, talks to some other people. Then he comes over to me, where I have all these artsy fartsy people sitting in this tent making circles, and just like, he's like, what are you guys doing? And I was like, well, I'm getting ready to travel, blah. I'm told him the story. He goes, okay. He takes a circle, he sits down, and he writes, I will create good jobs. And on the other side, good jobs for the railroad. Ooh. In blue, not in black, too, in blue. And then he got up and walked away. And I think it's so powerful, because how often does a man like him, and I'm just being very stereotypical, maybe he does it all the time, I don't know, but how often does a man like him get to sit with people that are not like him, mm-hmm. and share time, mm-hmm. and experience and intentions together?
You're talking about flow. So I mean, the circle is about flow, continuity. You're talking about flowing, over 20 years of, kind of working with natural time and with, not obstacles, but different opportunities or different, turns in the road, bends in the road to work through and flowing through, and then, flowing back in with your partner and, creating, together, right? It's not like, well, it's my business, not your business. No, it's our businesses, and we are using the best of each other, because I believe we can go further with a partner. And 1 + 1 is 10, or 30. It's something amazing can happen when people work together. And it might have like your specialty is the mm-hmm. art piece, because you are an artist. So I've seen your paintings, and so how important art is for everyone to have some kind of artistic outlet. And then she's bringing her specialties. She loves workshop, action shops, and like getting people into action
strategy,
not just like sitting around saying, oh, wouldn't it be nice, but they're actually doing something about it. So you're open, you're in the flow, you're allowing, Abraham Hicks, talks about receiving, right? So we set an intention, and we do some steps, and then we allow, this or something better.
Yeah. And I'm just going to say that is a beautiful way to describe what I'm doing. And I have to say, when you were saying it, I got chills. It was really beautiful to hear because sometimes when you do the work, you kind of forget that you're actually doing it. And then and then you just described it. And I think, and I want people to remember, this didn't just come overnight. This is because I worked with people like Jessica. I took, workshops, I read books, and I practice it, because getting into the flow is a practice. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It really is. And I'm just curious, Jessica, what are some of your practices that you do to remind yourself? Because I get out of the flow sometimes. So if I can get a little free, little taste of what you offer, I'd love to get some insight, because we're always learning.
Morning routines. And in
really,
the morning, I sit and quietly by myself, hopefully, if I get up early enough, and I draw cards. I draw my angel cards, and then I have 8 different oracle decks sitting here, and I'll draw something, and then I'll write, and I'll reword it to me, whatever it is like, I am in the flow of the universe. I am ready to receive. I am ready to rise up and go big.
Oh my God.
I'm a light worker in disguise. And so
No, you're not. You were out and proud, lady, just so you know.
affirmations. And then I look at my calendar and what are the things that are set and fixed in the calendar? And then what are the other things that I'd like to do in the calendar? And then I know with 3 little kids that I'm never going to get everything done. And
Right.
I really just not allowing shame and guilt about any of that, because all of the work and the way that I teach people is there is a natural time. And make it happen is not the right way to work in flow. Sometimes it's just raining and okay, I'm not going to take a bike ride today. That's just, I'm going to do something different. There's something better to do. Or, I really should rest today because my knee is bothering me from yesterday's whatever I did. And so there's no like hurry, there's no like jamming something in there. And so that is a lot of how I coach, coaching from like, well, what's working, what is the way of ease versus this struggle, because people have been struggling too much.
I know. And that's where I think I'm glad that you're sharing this message too. Collaborating, collaborate, share our resources, to share whatever I can do to share with you. I know it'll come back. It's like sharing. Excuse me, I have to drink another coffee. One second. I love my coffee.
So joy clearly fits into your work. Oh yes, I love my coffee too. Joy is all about, that's why you work with art, why you bring positive energy. And just for those who aren't, talking in joy isn't Pollyanna, like, oh, everything's fine, it's all rainbows and unicorns. Joy is, for me, it's a way of looking, a filter, like, oh, what is the silver lining in this obstacle, or perceived obstacle? Something good is happening, oh, I'm happy. Something bad is happening, no, stuff is happening, and what can I glean from it? How can I flow with it? Or do I need to just take a day off, from whatever is happening? Do you have any, that was a favorite experience with your the stranger filling out a manifesting mobile? Are people doing manifesting mobiles on their own in other parts of the world yet? Or is that something to collaborate with?
Yeah, I'm collaborating. So that's actually why I'm glad I got an opportunity to talk about this, because I am now doing a couple things. One, I would love it for people, if they're interested in adding a circle to the public manifesting mobile, they can go to my website, which is my name, joannemorton.com, and find information about how to make the circle. And it's just I'm using like cereal boxes, pizza boxes. You cut a big circle out the size of a CD, you decorate both sides, and then you send it to me. Super duper easy. Or you can take a picture of it and then I can copy it and stick it on something. But I'm also with Veronique here in Savannah. We've started approaching businesses, our business sponsors from Earth Day festivals and past, to see if they would like to bring the Manifesting Mobile Action Shop to their companies. So right now, because companies have a lot of Zoom calls and Zoom, it's an easy way to touch base with all of their employees. And so this would be a way that companies could be able to give back to local communities, as well as inform their employees how to collaborate, how to share, and then also work on an issue that is meaningful for the collective group by making a manifesting circle, either for any particular thing. And it's all custom made. So I'm really excited about that. And then finally, I am also on my website, joannemorton.com, is a shop. And so I have these do-yourself download copies of different types of manifesting mobiles. A women's empowerment one, a gratitude one, a romance one. So if you want to attract something in particular, there's going to be these particular types. And then I'm also collaborating with various different teachers and coaches and other types of facilitators to create their do-it-yourself manifesting mobile kits. So I know a death doula, and so we're creating an end-of-life manifesting mobile. I'm looking for, I have another woman who works with caretakers, and big shout out to all the caretakers in the world. We want to do a manifesting mobile for them so they can create a manifesting mobile for themselves and the person they're caretaking for. And then of course, I'm looking for that joy coach who would like to do a manifesting mobile with collaborate with.
Kind, honey, one of a kind.
Yeah. And wonder who could that be? And then with the idea with that is we could sell them individually, but then I love collaborating with people even on Zoom. Like workshops are fun, but they're more fun when you got two of you doing it together.
Mhm.
It's just more fun. So that's what I'm doing. And then so that's where I'm really looking for the manifesting mobile. But I will say one more thing, and then I'm a big believer, and I'm sure you'll say, I'd love to hear what you say about this too, but there's always that dream, that one thing that you've always wanted to do, and it's always nagging you, like, when are you going to do it? Or you don't, I don't want to be an old person, who's like, wishes I would have done that one thing. Right. Well, my one thing that I actually went off in, 2005, I took a summer off of New York to write my one woman show, but instead I started painting, which I don't regret, but that's interesting. I'm going to do my one woman show this fall.
Oh, fabulous. Fabulous. Are you going to do it online or in person or both?
It's going to be in person, but I'll film it. Maybe I'll have some pay for streaming kind of thing. You get to pay to watch it. But and I'm calling it Trust Yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And trust joy.
Mm-hmm. And trust the universe always has your back.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Beautiful. So beautiful. Okay. So for following you, where you have joannemorton.com, and I'll put all this in the show notes. And is there any other social media that you're frequenting?
You can find me on LinkedIn. Just go my name, Joanne Morton. I don't think it's Morton Joanne, the backslash. But I identify as a positive energy artist. So on Facebook, my Facebook page is Positive Energy Artist. Instagram, it's positive dash, energy dash artist. But you can also just put my name, Joanne Morton, JoanneMorton, like the salt. And I'm pretty easy to find. So, and which is, and I love connecting with people. I think that's the reason why I liked that traveling was so much fun. It was amazing to be able to meet so many different types of people and talk about magic, passion, love with them.
And until, we can all kind of travel when and where we wish to, Zoom is silver lining number one, that we can find like-minded individuals all over the place. I am every day talking to people outside of the US, never mind, off my island. So it is really, really a blessing, in that sense. So it's really, let's work all the angles and be open to receive all of the next wonderful things. So
yeah.
Awesome. It was great having you here. You want to leave us with one favorite quote?
I have so many. I'm gonna say this. And would you repeat after me?
Sure.
Okay. So this is it. I allow my magic.
I allow my magic.
I feel your passion.
I feel your passion.
And I live our love.
And I live our love. Beautiful.
Yeah, you're beautiful. This was wonderful, Jessica. Congratulations on your podcast. It's great.
Thank you, honey. We'll talk to you soon.